Nigel, morning. Let's speak firstly about the recent coronavirus testing round here at the RH Academy. One positive test in the form of Tyree Sinclair out of 37. Your comment to that?
Oh, we're absolutely delighted with it, and I think it's testament to how serious everybody's taking, the protocols and staying safe. And I think it's great testament as well to the physio that the work that the physio Tom Whittemore does, and Dave Waldy, and just the emphasis we keep putting on the players: stay safe, follow the protocols, don't put anybody at risk. And I think just have one positive test, and he's asymptomatic as well. Tyrese lives on his own, so there's nobody else needs to self-isolate or anything. I think it's brilliant news for the club.
And in recent weeks, of course, up and down the land, restrictions have tightened. Has that been reflected here at the training ground? Yeah,
definitely. We're on different protocols now in terms of the players can't come into the changing room and get changed before training. They arrive in the kit, and wherever possible, they go home in the kit. Exceptions to that, if the goalies have been diving around in the mud and they need a shower, one person will go in and shower, and then it'll be sanitised. So we're following all those as strictly as we can. It's very important we do that. And food, they don't sit together in the canteen, it's takeaway food, so they'll pick it up at the window and then they'll eat it in the car.
The EFL announced recently that clubs in Sky Bet League 2, League 1 and the Championship will be tested twice a week. As a manager here, how welcome is that?
Oh, I think it's very welcome to everybody. I think we're seeing the outbreaks at the highest level in the Premier League, where they're closing training grounds and so on. So you can imagine the resources that they have to throw in, and throw at sort of protecting people, and yet they still can't stop it. So we need to know if there's anything serious within our academy building, and the only way by doing that is by testing. But we'll be totally reminding the players, do everything you can to stay safe.
Back to football itself, and a final word on that superb 2-1 victory midweek at home to Salford City. How satisfying was it?
It was a brilliant 3 points, and apart from the last 3 minutes of the game, where they scored from a corner and then had a chance in the last minute, I don't think we did anything wrong in the whole game. I thought it was an excellent team performance, probably reflected in the fact that we couldn't really name a man of the match afterwards, could we? Because everybody was so good. And the fact there was no substitutions. We couldn't think of one reason why we should make a substitution the other night. So I think it was a very, very good all-round team performance. But it was also great when we went in the dressing room afterwards to see the subs and the other squad players as pleased as the lads who played with the result as well. They understood as well, and I said to him, we couldn't put a sub on, and like Steve McLaughlin went, yeah, definitely, they understand, and it's great that they get that.
Speaking of subs, you've got 9 to choose from on Sunday in the amended rule.
I don't think we've got 9.
You might not name 9 on the bench.
No, we won't. No. We might take a couple of young lads and put them on the bench for some experience, but we might name 8 or something like that, but we'll see.
Just looking towards the treatment table, what's the latest?
Kellen and Nicky, not much change really. They're both coming on, but whether they'll be available for Sunday or not, we're not sure. We'll assess them on Saturday in training as to whether we take them with us or not. If not, we would hope that they'll be ready in contention for the Oldham game.
Cheltenham then in the FA Cup on Sunday. It's not often I've said this season, but Stags head into this one as the form side. But as it's a cup game, it's sometimes said that the form book goes out the window. What do you reckon? Yeah,
I think it does. I think it's strange that, but I think if it was a league game, I think you'd be right in saying, yeah, we are the form side going into the game. But cup games throw up anything for some reason. It'll be a different sort of game, I think. No points at stake. Just a very important place in the 4th round. We won't be mixing the team or anything. We're putting as stronger team as we possibly can, barring injury. And we'll do everything we can to get through. But it's good going into it confident. What we don't want is overly confident, certainly. Certainly no complacency, because we know how tough it's going to be.
Cheltenham under Michael Duff have always been a hugely strong outfit in Sky Bet League 2. He's done an excellent job there, hasn't he?
Yep.
They've just had a little bit of a dip of late. What have you made to them?
Yeah, I think they're going to come out of it, because I think they're too good not to. When good teams, haven't won for a while or are having a bit of a dip, it's going to be temporary, and I hope we're not on the end of the start of their resurgence.
What's the carrot for Mansfield?
4th round. and what that could bring. No disrespect to Cheltenham, but you get somebody in your own league. I wish we were at home. Those last 2 balls being left in, I wish we'd have been drawn at home, but I don't think Cheltenham would have wanted somebody in their own league either. So it's the incentive and the potential of what it could bring for either one of us to get through to the 4th round.
And just looking at Mansfield finally more generally, Nigel, in the last batch of fixtures, at the start of the campaign, Stags really struggled for goals, but in the last 3 you've hit 9. How encouraged are you by that?
You've got to score goals, we are. It's one thing we've tried to emphasise since we came in, to be positive, to go forward, and especially early in games at home, and to attack teams. I think that's our strength, and although we defended very well second half for the vast majority of the time against Salford when we had to, I think going forward we're a threat with the sort of players that we've got. I think that Ollie Clark breaking from midfield and laps, we've got goals in those 2, we've got goals from the front 3. Jamie Reid's playing as well as anybody at the moment and can't get a goal in the central position, but everybody else is benefiting from him, and I think it's that sort of team ethic why we're getting the goals.
You mentioned the midfield there. Do you think it's been noticeable, the increase in quality in midfield in the last batch of fixtures?
Yeah, I think the 3 of them have done unbelievably well in the 3 wins that we've had. I think they've dominated the middle of the park for long periods of the game, and they're weighing in with goals as well. George Maris is sitting a little bit deeper and getting on the ball at the moment, which probably suits him, but it gives Ollie and Laps the licence to get in the box.
Thanks, Nigel. See you Sunday.
Thank you.